Welcome to No Filter Auto, where we don't just talk about cars that were built, we analyze the seismic impact of cars that almost were. Today, we are not reviewing a production vehicle. We are dissecting a ghost. A phantom of what could have been. This is the story of a man who looked at the entire American automotive industry in 1948 and said, "You are doing it all wrong." He wasn't just building a car, he was writing a manifesto. This is the tragedy, the triumph, and the tantalizing what-if of the 1948 Tucker 48. Forget every design convention of the late 1940s. The Tucker 48 looks like it arrived from a parallel future. Its shape is a fastback torpedo, conceived for safety and aerodynamics. The front end is a seamless, clamshell hood flowing into iconic Cyclops center headlight that turned with the steering wheel. The windshield is a single, panoramic pane of safety glass that pops out in a crash. The doors cut into the roof for easier escape. This wasn't styling, it was a safety cell on wheels, designed a decade before the industry considered the concept. Open the door. The cabin is a lounge of innovation. The dashboard is a padded, passenger-friendly surface, another safety first. The instruments are mounted on a moving central pod that turns with a steering column, keeping them always visible. But the pièce de résistance is the rear. A modified helicopter engine sits in the back. Not a screaming, high RPM engine, but a smooth, 335 cubic inch flat six that promised immense, low-stress torque. The rear engine placement allowed for a flat floor and unprecedented interior space up front. This environment was a sanctuary of forward thinking. For the family of 1948, this cabin promised a level of safety, space, and thoughtful detail that didn't exist anywhere else. It was designed to reduce the terror of the accident, a radical notion at the time. Now, let's talk about the innovations that sealed its fate. Preston Tucker's list was a direct indictment of Detroit. A rear-mounted, air-cooled flat-six engine. A sealed, oil-bathed torque converter transmission with no gears to shift. Disc brakes on all four corners, when drums were universal. A reinforced passenger safety cell. That central directional Cyclops headlight. The driving experience, from the few who piloted the 51 hand-built examples, was described as eerily smooth, quiet, and potent. It was a different kind of machine. So, what was its competition? It had none. It wasn't competing with other cars. It was competing with the entire establishment. The Tucker 48's true rivals were the complacency, the political power, and the entrenched manufacturing might of the Big Three. They saw Tucker not as a competitor, but as a threat to their entire way of doing business. And they destroyed him for it. The 1948 Tucker 48 is the ultimate cautionary tale and the ultimate symbol of lost potential. It proved that brilliant ideas, visionary safety, and genuine innovation are not enough. It proved that the system can crush the dreamer. Every airbag, every crumple zone, every safety regulation that came decades later is a ghost of Tucker's vision. It wasn't a car that failed. It was a future that was cancelled. This is No Filter Auto. Is the Tucker 48 the greatest what-if in automotive history, or was it an over-promising prototype that could never have survived real-world production? Let us know your testimony in the comments.